Hey guys, welcome to the lesson number 2 of Absolutely Effortless Prosperity, written by Pigeon Story. And that lesson is called I Notice What I Hear. I hope that you enjoyed previous lesson number 1. I watch what I say, and if you want to rewatch it, there's going to be a link somewhere above me where you can go and check it out later on, because it is the most important lesson that everything what you learn now from now and on, it basically is based on doing the lesson number 1. And right now, I would like you to get comfortable, make sure you have no distraction, and let's continue with the lesson number 2. I notice what I hear. Let's go. Day 2, lesson 2. I notice what I hear. Today, I'm aware of what really attracts me the most. Am I listening for miracles, peace, and love, or am I listening for stories, turmoil, and fear? At every moment, I can make a choice of listening to spirit or to ego. At every moment, I'm aware of which one I am listening to, and I refuse to listen to ego. Today, I notice what I hear. Now, the assignment for today is be aware of what you are listening to. Be aware of whether you enjoy listening to spirit or to ego, meaning that every time you have a thought, maybe, oh, today I feel miserable. Now you know it's ego, and you need to rephrase it. And you need to make sure that you listen only to the good things, to the spirit things of joy, happiness, peace, love, positivity, right? We all have this ego coming in and saying, you're not good enough. Oh, you want to do this manifesting better life thing, but you know what? You tried before, law of attraction, and it didn't work. So that's ego. So you need to make sure you are aware of what you're hearing and then restate it completely and say, I notice what I hear, and I'm hearing that ego wants to speak, but I want to speak of spirit, of love, of positivity. So then you say, today, I really love to do effortless prosperity lesson because it makes me feel good, right? So make sure that you do this all the time. Every time you notice what you hear, and then make sure you basically categorize it. Is it spirit? Is it ego? This is your assignment. And once you start recognizing those two things, then go and pay attention more to the spirit talk and or thoughts, and limit the ego thoughts. Now, it will be difficult at the beginning, but don't worry about anything, guys. Just right now, make sure that you notice what you hear and you start to seeing the pattern. And in later lessons, you will learn how to really go and be more open to listen to your spirit. So after you did this assignment, you do this through the day, right? So from the moment from now that you know this lesson till you go to sleep, you basically are trying to notice what you hear every single day, every single hour, sorry. And affirmation for today is, I listen only for peace. So again, it's good to do this now with me. Breathe in first to get relaxed. And out. Breathe in. Out. And last time, breathe in. And out. And now say affirmation. I listen only for peace. I listen only for peace. I listen only for peace. And again, the goal is to repeat it like 30, 40, 50 times a day, maybe 3 times a day. And you will start really feeling calmer. You will start noticing what peace looks like, and you will start attracting more peace into you, right? So you really need to do this many times in order for you to get the feeling of peace. How does it feel? What would you do if you would be at peace, right? So this is really cool lesson. And now let's go to learn from the Pigeon stories. And the first one is, I'm just the messenger. So let me go to page 60. All right. So let's get started. I'm just the messenger. During meditation one morning, my mother, who has been one of my guides since her death, appeared with another woman who was wearing a turban. I asked my mother who her friend was, and she replied, "This is Miss Bandar. She is the mother of your good friend, John Bandar." John and I had been good friends for nearly 4 years. He had come to America from Iran and was a reputable civil engineer in town. Curious, I asked my mother what I could do for Mrs. Bandar. She replied as Mrs. Bandar wished for me to give a message to her son. Knowing John as I did, I was not sure that this was a very good idea. My mother heard my thoughts and replied in a firm voice, "Bijan, you are just the messenger. Please avoid judgments." I agreed to give a John message, and my mother said, "Mrs. Bandar wishes for you to tell John that today he must make a positive decision regarding a situation he has been procrastinating about for the past 2 years. The decision has to be made today." She emphasized that this message had to be given to John before noon. After my meditation, I called John at his office. His secretary informed me that he was on the phone and had 2 other calls holdings. So I left my name and number. Knowing how busy John usually was, I thought it might be a day or two before he returned my call. But moments later, the phone rang. To my surprise, it was John. He explained that for some unknown reason, the phone lines in his office had gone dead, disconnecting his other calls just seconds before his secretary gave him my message. With an uneasy feeling, I relayed the complete message that his mother had passed on to my mother. Laughing, he promised that by noon he would stop putting off his decision to enroll at the gym and work out with me. I told him that was not what this was about. He was quiet for about 2 minutes and then asked me to repeat exactly what my mother had said. I told him again, recalling her words to the best of my ability. His voice changed as he asked, "Do you swear on your son's life that she said that?" "Yes," I replied. He thanked me and hung up. John called me at home that evening, and after some small talk, he explained to me that for the past 2 years he had been given the opportunity to become a United States citizen. His mother's message had come on the last day of his eligibility. This surprised me. I thought he already was a citizen since he had been here for so many years. When I have the opportunity to pass on a message, my ego seems to give me many reasons why I should not. But whenever I get my ego out of the way and relay that message, I'm always so very thankful for the results. See, this is also a very cool story because it shows that we don't need to judge. And actually, we're not supposed to judge, because every time we judge, we are more on the ego side, and fear, uncertainty, negativity comes from it. But once we let go of judging others, we will see other people even in different space, in different shape, in different aura, different whatever. And also, when we don't judge things about ourselves, our life will become more effortless. And that is the key, what we really learn from studying effortless prosperity lessons. So the second story is a message from our friend. In 1993, my guides began to give me a large number of messages that were for other people. I did not understand most of them, but acted as the messenger and passed them along anyway. As I was meditating one morning, one of my guides named Moses informed me that I was supposed to give a message to Tom. When I asked him who Tom was, my guide reminded me that Tom was a gentleman I had met at the gym the previous week. I was a little uncomfortable at the thought of giving him a message, since I did not know him very well. However, Moses assured me that it was going to be okay. Reluctantly, I asked my guide what the message was. He told me to inform Tom that what he had been waiting the last 8 months for would happen that afternoon, and that he should not take any additional steps in regards to it. I agreed to pass these words on, but reminded Moses that if I did not see Tom at the gym when I went there, or if it was going to be effortful, I would decline. I went to the gym in a short time after finishing my meditation, and was pleased, though a little uneasy, to find Tom there. After some small talk, I told him that I had a message for him. He was surprised and asked, "Who on earth is sending a message to me?" "Moses," I replied, "and he's not on earth." Tom laughed and sarcastically said, "Right, you know Moses." When I explained to him that I meditated every morning and that Moses was one of my guides, Tom asked me what good old Moses had to say. I repeated what Moses had told me, and Tom's face changed drastically. He lost his color, and for a moment I thought he was going to faint. He asked me to repeat the message, so I did exactly as it had been given to me. Then he asked, "Did Moses say anything else?" I told him no, then shook his hand and walked away. Tom picked up his towel and followed me. "I don't feel like working out anymore," he said as he left the gym. I saw Tom again about 5 days later. He ran up to me and gave me a warm, loving hug. He explained that he had followed the advice of Moses and everything had turned out perfectly. He thanked me and asked if I had any new messages for him. I shook my head. Over the next 3 years, I usually saw Tom once or twice a week, and just about every time with a great smile. He would ask me if there had been any news from our friend. To this day, I do not know what the message had meant to Tom, but I'm glad I was able to be of service to him. And again, this is really cool lesson teaching us that we can help other people. Imagine when hundreds, thousands, or millions of people will study effortless prosperity lessons and will change the way they see themselves, the way they see others. The things that will happen on planet Earth will become miracle, will become magic. And my goal of giving these lessons or reading these lessons is simply, I do this since 2001, 2005, where I was going to seminars with Pigeon, reading these books, and it really helped me to manifest better life for me. So I know that it can help you to manifest better life for you and for a lot of people around, because once you start to change, you will affect all the people around you, because when we are in peace and love, we radiate it, good positive energy many feet around us. We can even radiate a whole town or whole country or planet basically. And more of these lights will work together, the darkness will go down. So guys, I really hope that you enjoy this lesson. If you get any aha moments from this lesson number 2, I notice what I hear, then I would really be happy if you can comment below and tell me what your aha moments were. And if this lesson give you any value, please give me a like. And if you are completely new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button with the bell notification icon so you don't miss out any upcoming lessons of effortless prosperity.